continue to interrogate her. She kind of told you, and then she might have tried to head back.
And we got a little bit of that information from the side, too.
Yeah, he's got a devil dog, face goes to sphere.
Yeah, give me a knowledge, I believe it's Arcana.
What you know about this dog thing?
My Arcana is plus 13. Anybody else?
Yeah, I can auto-aid that.
Yeah, I'll auto-aid you as well.
So 13 plus 2 plus 2. 31. Much better than a 2.
While most would believe them to be
I've actually got you at plus 14.
Animal and intelligence, they're actually smart. They are magical beasts. They, for some reason, can kind of show you their skulls, and it is a supernatural fear effect. They hunt normally out in probably the Badlands and other places in prides, but can hunt. They can hunt individually.
Smart enough that
they understand a language or two, and strangely enough, usually the language, if they're in the wilderness, could be Sylvan.
Yeah.
5 feet in length, 175 pound, otherwise dog-like.
Yeah, it might like meat. Lots of things do. Will it like meat more than biting you in the face? Anyone's guess, I suppose. At least what tech around, he's good at hunting humans. Isn't that right, Mr. Gaget?
We'll offer him meat and see if he'll sit this one out.
Maybe.
What if we gave him the knife?
Ooh, you better watch what you say, Zephyros. But did Manny hear that?
He just sniffed at that.
Let's not give a dog a knife.
He usually doesn't get agitated when Zephyrus says things. It's the professor he does not like.
You know, I had the strangest dream about a wolf that carried a sword.
Your dreams are foolish.
Yes.
And adult-rated.
What? Anyway.
Okay. Your group has gotten bigger. You've got Grigori and Manny. Grigori is flying around. You can tell that they're nearby, so they're keeping an eye on you. You've got Rix and Musk following. Manny doesn't know where the guy went. He's around here somewhere, I think. He stopped in a couple of times.
Keep an eye out for him while we head our way over, I think.
Yep. You guys are on your way over to the square. You're just waltzing up to the square early in the morning?
Towards the end of the square, I think, but then we need to split up.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll get in position on the far side.
Dawn was the right time to do this. Of course, after walking around the slough a little bit, it's probably like 7 in the morning.
That's not bad.
It's dawn somewhere.
It's not quite. It's not. It's not 13 o'clock or anything like that. You're at the edge of the square. You meant like there were just no patrols up to the edge of the square. You can actually see people starting to queue up at the bread line.
Okay.
And some sleepy-looking soldiers kind of hanging out near that kind of trailing fire of a barrel, and then some of them just sort of slumped over in the ruins or in the barricade. And you can see a group of soldiers picking their way across the square. They're walking towards the bread line from the bottle and the blade.
How long do you need to get into position before I start? 15
Need
minutes?
to be in position.
20?
That seems like enough. Are we going through sewers or just wandering up to the back?
Oh, that is a good question. The sewers will be difficult, I think, to navigate without Luudo to show you secrets.
Good point.
A little cricket-like chirp lets you know that Grigori's near, and he's sort of listening to your timing.
I think the back door.
Yes, that sounds good.
15 minutes, the fireworks will begin.
We'll cast some spells and become somewhat invisible at least, and then I'll sneak Pixel in the chimney.
Yes.
Where do you want to stick out? Point in the direction! You're pretty sure Red Cap is just gonna go running in the direction you tell him.
And then start beating on things?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good point.
When things get... Oh... No! No, not yet!
After everybody runs out of the pub, run in and beat up anybody who's left.
We could probably cast hours so long, right?
Just keep them busy.
Once we break, we'll have like a 15 minutes, and then I'll start my signal. Once you hear it reach a bit of a crescendo, make your moves.
Excellent.
Are you going to wait here with the Red Cap then?
No, I will be disappearing momentarily.
You coward! You're not gonna fight here!
Oh, I fight
Musk is just laughing.
somewhere over there. You'll see me, rest assured.
Malbut, you'll come with us.
Okay.
He looks sort of relieved, but also a little bit frightened that he's now figuring out that he might come face to face with Spyder.
Either you'll die today a hero, or if we lose, you'll die a hero with us, or you'll survive if we okay, there are 3 options. First, win, and then everything is okay. Second, we lose and you're not there, then Spyder will come and tear you apart slowly. Yes, very bad. Third option is the second best option of the 3, and that one is we lose and you're with us, and you die with us.
Malbut looks
How does that sound?
horrified.
The logic
as he's like, there are no options. I'm certain of it.
No, that's about it.
Man, I'm not selling this great.
Malbut bobs his head. He looks defeated.
Let's go with option 1. It's the best one.
The professor with an unseen servant, I think. And the crawling the end.
Yeah, I'll wait close to 15 minutes to do my invisibilities and summonings and all that.
Okay.
I'm sure Malbut can come up with 4 more options. That's what the dice says.
Yeah, exactly. Malbut just, though, Pharisee was very convincing when she said it. Tech is coming with you, I imagine. Manny's going wherever Luudo is going to be.
Yeah.
Zephyrus, are you going to the back door? Are you part of the back door crew?
Yeah.
Easy.
What she said.
Yeah, like the disc jockey from Hell, we're gonna flip it over and play the B side too.
Hey, Led Zeppelin.
Whoa!
Which might have a different connotation than.
Hey, you guys are making all the backdoor jokes. I said nothing.
Right. Pharisee, are you bringing Pixel with you, or is Pixel?
Bring in Pixel for sure, yeah.
Okay.
Pixel's gonna sneak down the chimney,
Yep.
and scout out the kitchen for us, give us a sense of what's going on in there.
Yeah.
And maybe see if the door is locked or barred, and if the bar can be lifted.
Nice. Good call.
Yep.
I need a shell set. Where did her token go? Shell set and cart. There we go. Bottle and blade. She is lingering in the back. Okay. Manny Pharisee, Malbut, Tech, Makranama, and Zephyrus is back, along with Pixel, are slowly making their way in a big circle to try to meander their way to the back of the bottle and blade. Alright, let's see. 1 in 20 chance I will say 1 in 10 chance that there is somebody out back when you arrive. Nope, rolled a 9.
Nice.
That's a victory right there.
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
huge, dude.
You guys are now squatting behind, we'll say that this, I just moved over to the left a little bit, I can center you guys. We'll say that this black box is in another building, and there's sort of like an alleyway where a wagon can kind of get pulled in. I'll draw the other buildings just in case the fighting.
We can cast hours per level so long, right?
Yeah, you could have cast hours per level. Probably when you left
I
the.
think we're gonna do probably the 10-minute per level spells too as we get close.
Yep.
Is Expeditious Retreat minutes or tens of minutes? It's just minutes, isn't it?
Okay.
It's just minutes.
You guys are kind of in a collection of like alleyways, and there's an actual space for a wagon to kind of turn around slightly. There's no wagon back there right now, but you can see Shelsa. She kind of skitters over towards you and rubs up against Manny's leg when you guys are peeking around the corner. She makes a little squeak. It's Luudo's cat. Malbut tries to pick it up and it hisses. Malbut looks dejected. Where's Luudo? She goes and sort of rubs up against his back door.
Mage armor doesn't stack with regular armor, right?
Nope. Spells on your tokens.
Yes.
Are we getting in?
Hopefully Pixel will pop the door open for us.
I can do that. I'm brave.
Okay, are you guys casting these spells in this back alley here?
Yeah,
I've cast my hours per level. We're not at minutes yet, right?
I don't know.
We're gonna time it so that everybody's ready to roll around 15 minutes.
Okay, how are you keeping track of 15 minutes?
15 minutes since we left each other. How does one keep track of time in D&D?
If you had a lot of money, you'd have a watch.
Uh-huh. What if I don't have a lot of money? What if I'm a broke ass professor?
There is no clock tower in the slough. There is one on the upper.
you can count to 60 15 times.
There are some church bells on a non-windy day. You might be able to hear some of the church bells from above. They toll every hour.
Were we close to that in a non-windy day that we could have agreed to that timekeeping method?
Yep.
What do the dice say? Do we need to roll?
Yeah, so you guys, who is keeping track of time? The professor's keeping track of time. I think that's an int thing, so you're just sort of like counting or waiting for.
I think I can keep track of time.
Well, no, you guys left. You were going to estimate when the next bells happen, is basically what
Yeah, so we're
Okay.
timing it that when the next bells happen, I'll start, you'll hear it, be ready to roll at that
Okay,
time.
it took your group 17 minutes to get into position here, and give me an in check.
Sure. Oh, are you giving it? Okay.
Oh yeah, you guys could help. You're like, what time do you think it is? It's probably half past.
Is this for the professor doing this?
Yeah, this is coordinating, like synchronizing your watches without your watches.
11. I did not roll well. Can the hand aid me?
The hand could have aided you.
Anybody got a hero point for the timing?
No. Timing.
Oh, gee. I rolled a 6. I didn't roll well either.
Okay, so you guys
So we're
guessed.
within half an hour or 15 minutes?
So go ahead and roll 4d6 plus 1, and that's how long you guessed before the bells.
19 minutes?
Okay. So
Do I
and
need to
you
do
got there in 17 minutes. That could have been bad the opposite way.
Not bad. Okay, I've cast Heroism on you, Neil, on Zephyros. I've cast Mage Armor, Heightened Awareness, See Invis, and Strong Wings on myself. I have cast Moment of Greatness on everyone,
Okay.
although that
How
only
many is that?
boasts a morale save. How many?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay.
Yeah, let me know when.
The time-related rolls was you didn't know exactly what time it was during the hour. You're like, oh, we heard the bells a while, and you guys were guessing that you were 20 minutes away. You guessed that you were 19 minutes, approximately 20 minutes away from the top of the hour.
And we were 17.
And it took you 17 minutes to get from the square to the back of the to the back of the thing.
So they're probably like, oh, well, we should.
So you guys are still waiting for the bells, but you know they're happening soon.
So they're starting to cast pretty much when they get there.
Mhm.
Okay, and I'm timing to start because I'm waiting for them. I'm gonna.
Being late would have been bad because you would have been on your way, and then the bells would have started happening, and then you'd be like,
They also know to wait till they hear a commotion outside. This is just to time if they get all their spells in place at the right moment.
okay. And that seems to be the long pull of the spells so far. 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although the See Invis and the Heroism are 10 minutes per level, so I can cast them well in advance. The Mage Armor is hours, so really it's three spells that are kind of close.
I'll do, when I start doing mine, I'll do Invisibility, Reduce Person, Expeditious Retreat, Shield, and Mirror Image. I will be invisible and I will have the wand in my hand to do these all silently. Oh, and there's a shield somewhere in there as well. I think.
So when do you start casting all this?
When I think it's getting close to the bells, but before I think the bells will happen.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna cast them, then walk to about.
Give me a 4d6.
Plus anything or just 46?
46.
8 minutes.
Okay. How long do your spells last?
Minutes, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Something like that, yeah. Shield will last 3 minutes, I think, because it's from a wand.
Okay. You actually cast them 3 minutes too early.
Okay.
When the bells are going to happen. So you have 2 minutes in all of your spells.
Okay. When I cast them, though, I will spell recall as well, so I'm all pepped up, ready to go again in case shit goes south out here.
Spend your points.
And I will put, once I get to the middle, I'll start doing other stuff.
And we can wait for the commotion to start before we cast our minutes per levels, right? Because we can decide when we want to go in.
Yeah, the commotion's going to happen at the bells, and you guys know the bells are happening very soon.
1, 2.
Verisay's already started casting her minute per levels.
Yeah, I'm doing the same.
Manny casts Weapon of Awe, Bull Strength, and Abundant Ammunition.
Oh, Tech should cast something.
I think he's also going to cast Magic Circle against Evil.
Oh, that's a good one. Yes, please, thank you.
Yep.
Um,
And what kind of fireballs are you making?
It will be fireballs most likely, but if I have to do something else, it might be a cold fireball.
Are we burning the building down or not?
We're not intentionally, no.
Alright, I need to know whether you're using cold or fire. I have a spell. I'm gonna protect tech.
Protect tech against cold. We'll only go to fire if we absolutely have to.
I do not like cold.
and Tech is already a little bit resistant, I think, to fire, as you know.
Alright, Tech. You get in there. Zephyros, don't be afraid of casting your cold fireball on top of Tech.
Thank you.
He's going to protection from energy to Tech.
Ah, protection from energy, nice. Yes,
That'll absorb, I believe it's 10 points per level, or is it 12? Wait a second. Too many additions in my head.
It's definitely 120, I think, is the max, but I think it's 10 per level up to 12 level.
Or is it 120 10th? Yep, it's multiples of 12.
Wild!
Yep. He's a 5th level caster, so cold 60 I'll put on Tech. And then yeah, you're right. Tech has some ranger spells that we always forget to make him cast.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got lead blades.
He's gonna cast fucking lead blades.
It's gonna be what level ranger is he? 4th. So it's a 4-minute spell.
Yep.
So he'll probably cast it right before we pop.
Oh no, caster level is 1. So it'd be a 1-minute spell.
Probably right before he bust in.
Level ranger minus 3.
Right. Got it.
So yeah, probably right before he.
Right before we go in.
Okay, you guys have cast a bunch of spells. It feels like a minute is going by. Professor, you realize that you cast your spells a little bit early. As your spells are ticking down, you didn't time the bells right.
Yes.
The bells happen. You still have 2 minutes left in your spells. You can hear the distant sound of the church bells from the temple district.
Yep, I will be on my way quickly to the center with an expeditious retreat, moving at 60 speed.
Okay.
When I get there,
So I'm going to unfog a bunch of space and just give you an idea of how far away you are. We can actually, with map tools, because it's not Roll20, map out the total distance of the square.
Oh, nice.
So let's grab the professor and Musk and the Red Cap. And I said, how far did I say the square was?
it's 500 feet across.
Right.
I will put up a mirror image in my silent spellcasting.
Do I have to roll for how many I put up? Is that how it works? I seldom use this one.
For mirror image?
Yeah,
Yeah, you need to roll 1d4 plus 1.
thank you, sir. I have 2 images. Great. All I need. Maybe I hopefully won't even need any.
Did you see my beautiful roll?
Did you get max or you get 1?
I got max.
Nice. You'll need them hopefully more than I do.
So there's the square. Here's the entrance to the square that you guys came into over to the left. And then we'll draw a barricade for the lifts. Should be doing this on the background layer. Barricades for the lifts are here. The entrance to the lifts are here. The actual lift itself. The carts and rows of carts and stalls and things are here, and they're a little bit less on this side. There's some cover here. The silo for the granary is here, as well as some buildings off to the side where the breadlines are.
The middle stuff is carts, you said? Like
Yep.
Stall carts?
Carts and abandoned tents and kind of a quasi mixture of the two. There are smaller shops lining the square. And then there's that single barrel with the fire that they were standing outside of. They being the soldiers. Alright, let's put some thugs out on the streets. So we've got 6 of them that are coming off their shift that are tiredly standing around the fire. We've got 6 of them that are guarding where those wagons are piercing the barricade. You see that there are 6 of them that are currently, well, at least when you arrived 10 minutes ago, 17 minutes ago, they were making their way over to the bakery and had actually disappeared into the bakery, and it looks like they're opening things up
For the bread line.
Where was the entrance to the bar?
The entrance to the bar is the actual entrance to the bar here.
Yeah, okay. That makes a lot of
Yes.
sense.
This is the basement of the bar. There are just
Yeah,
other
I see.
buildings there.
Yeah, I
So there's a
Huge square.
I see what you're doing.
And you guys had wandered through the entranceway here, and you had paused over here while you had taken
account of what was going on.
Yeah,
And a group of you flepped off around the corner,
I would.
and then the professor. So you started off here. Where did you?
Keto bullshit there, isn't it?
Yeah, I want to.
somebody gonna say anything about me mangling these slices of pizza?
Alright, I'm glad to have finally gotten around to it.
Here.
It's been a while.
Okay.
and you're all invisible.
Yes.
Laptop.
Okay.
And I will duck under the. I'm tiny professor, so I'll be under the carts and stalls, looking towards the center of the square there.
Okay.
You can hear some confusion over by the bread line as the bells are starting to go off. There seems to be some fiddling music, and some people falling over, and some people running away from the bread line. You see a bit of color kind of just
Kind of explode off to the side. It looks like the Fae have begun the assault.
I will give the unseen servant the small candle that the candle maker in the slough that went insane made for me out of the wax I sweated off in my visions of Balbod.
Yep.
I will
You have only
have.
one of those? You have
I
two of those?
had the imp make a bunch of those, but I've never used the little original one I got.
Okay.
I will give it to the unseen servant, use spark to light it, and have him place it in the center of this square. About here, it's just within 35 feet of me to let him get there. Right here would be.
Okay, so you want me to create an image of a tea candle?
Yes,
You're saying.
sorry, that's the one I forgot to do. I don't know what is gonna happen with these things, so I
A
figure
little yellow circle would do probably, but
a good test would be to put it out here and see what happens.
I like your thinking, Professor.
And I will use.
But I'm nowhere nearby, so you'll never know that I appreciate it.
I'll use spark to light it once he places it down. Let me just. Yeah, spark is 35 feet. So once he sets it on the ground, I will hit it with spark to light it.
Okay. It has an odd smell to it. There's a little tea candle. Or you put it down wherever you want.
It has an odd smell to it. It's like a combination of bacon and burning hair. With some unidentifiable
Spice mixed into it to almost make it pleasant.
As soon as it is lit, I will begin casting. Everything I cast will be silent because I have prepared it all using the meta magic feat for silence.
Okay.
And I will hold the Bakom's wand in my hand.
When you cast the spell, you're pretty sure that you get the inspiration to do an object reading to figure out what the candle would do. Just casting spells around it might not be enough.
I'm just curious to see what happens once this thing's lit. I'm going to observe it, but not actively spend time investigating it at the moment, at least.
Okay.
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dual cast Ghost Sound first. And I will pull up a token because this will last for some amount of rounds, and I'll just write ends round.
Okay, so Rix the Red Coat, you can hear him moving towards the bar. Where are they? And Musk is kind of giggling as he's following.
So this will be roughly 20 men screaming in infernal pain. It will be maddening, almost chanting, but since Ghost Sound can't make sounds, or can't
Did you
say
make a
words.
token for infernal scream?
Yeah.
Okay. It's just ghost sound. This is just where the sound is coming from. Right?
Yes,
Okay.
exactly. But it will be here for a while. Let me just send it to back. It'll last for 5 rounds, but it will be the sound of 20 people maddeningly screaming and chanting. And I will also, with that same round, use a silent
Didn't you
image.
just dual cast?
Yeah, the first one is ghost sound, maddening screams. The second thing I'm dual casting is a silent image. I will put in this area, let me blow it up. It will start to burn a circle, like a spell circle in some sort of like infernal, unintelligible runes. They seem like they might be words, but they're just maddening and strange to accompany the infernal screams. That will be the first turn. Does anybody notice?
Okay, the apex of horror has opened, the iris of doom, with this little tea candle kind of below it.
The thugs all around the burning
Barrel, as well as the ones at the barricade, are like, what? They're like yelling and
pointing up at the thing. Apparently the guys in the breadline are not paying as much attention because there's like what looks like pure pandemonium now as people are starting to either move back, swat at things that are not there. There's fiddling music as well as the church bells
in the background, and plus now a chorus of screams that are echoing throughout this square.
Mm-hmm. In the second turn, while that starts to heat up, as soon as I'm done casting, I will furiously start to cast a fog cloud, and I will drop it in the center of this casting area.
So I think at this point in
There might be
time,
enough going on that we want to start.
initiative, yes, because you're like, oh, those are bells, and that's screaming to fiddles.
It's not even that bad.
Let's do an initiative sheet, and it'll be a doozy of an initiative sheet.
Yeah.
While we get the initiative sheet up and running, I just want to share Zephyros cast Mage Armor. He has Heroism cast on him, as well as Moment of Greatness. He will cast Shield at the last moment before he goes in. He's got 5 mirror images, and he will utter a command that people haven't heard before, turning his weapon into a flaming weapon.
Nice.
Sweet.
Ooh.
Yeah, alright.
Look at him go.
I nuked your initiatives a while back.
For some of you, Tech's got a +6. Luudo, what is your initiative modifier?
+4.
+7.
+7. Times are changing.
Yep.
Okay, we've got the red cap.
Text +5.
Rix, and we're just going to do Rix
Unless it has some
and
bonus to initiative.
Musk. They're going to go as 1. We're going to just do the, what did we call them? Sloughborough Toughs.
The grigs.
We've got the Professor.
It's an initiative trait. Nice. Oh, this is urban.
This is Urban.
Text +8. Initiative.
Oh, he has Urban favorite terrain.
Urban human hunter, right?
He's the Urban bug.
Yeah.
That's fucking hilarious. So I'm going to put that +1 into the temporary bonus. +8, +2 into the temporary bonus. Sweet. Alright, I'm going to lump the...
Oops.
the tavern goers into the same one. They're going to go separate from the Sloughborough thugs, but there are enough people there that the tavern goers will act as one. So these are the tavern folks. We've got Spyder's gang. This is his immediate gang, and then Spyder himself. I guess we'll need one for the Crenshaw, the foreskin dog. Spyder, +8. Spyder's gang, probably a +2. The tavern, +1. Grigs. distracting. Somebody want to roll initiative for Malbut?
Malbut.
I don't even know what his modifier is. He's not even on the.
Question.
Yeah, Is he still level 2?
He is level 2.
He does have a character sheet.
Might not have been leveled up to level 2, but he's level 2. He's at the point where he'd be someone's torchbearer, which is pre.
He's not chicken.
Yeah. But.
+1. Good old fashioned +1. And let's do it. 1d20. Malbut. He gets a 5.
Wow.
His character sheet calls it Mulbut, M-U-L.
I think we call it. Yeah, we must have changed it to Malbut over time. It's Malbut now.
Yeah, Malbut's the right name.
Yeah.
That's so much better.
I'm just gonna roll a whole slew of initiatives here. For anything not filled in, I'm rolling them.
Here's Malbut.
Yeah, he's not in there. You probably just need to.
No.
17, 6, and 9, and 6,
And 13, and
Right, that's a Malbut the Witted.
3, and 1. And an 11.
This is what you guys in the stream are paying for, baby. Fights like this.
Mocronum gets to go first.
Oh, I think I hear the church bells. I used to hear them all the time. They were louder when I lived at home.
Of course, everyone's like, oh, why did you have to mention your home at a time like this?
Creepy fucking home.
Yep.
Mocronum does not have spells yet. He is a Blood Rager. Eventually, he will have spells.
Ooh.
Blood Rager.
He's a Mimic 3 Blood Rager
1, and his Gestalt is Rogue 1. Remember, he has sneak attack now.
That's huge. He's always sneaking. He's so sneaky.
He just stays on Zephyrus' back and doesn't do anything. I'm going to paste the initiative order.
just so you guys can queue up your actions beforehand, and we'll get this train rolling. Spyder.
Spyder does not hear the bells unless I roll a 20. Nope. He does not know what's going on.
Yeah.
He's also not home.
Sloughborough toughs. Well, there are a bunch of them that are going, "What the fuck is that?" at the same time that they're dealing with the grigs. The ones that are dealing with the grigs are running around, kind of panicking to try to make sure that the bread is safe. At the same time, some of them are screwed over by spells, and they don't know what's going on, and they are not properly equipped to fight the little fae. These ones here are looking at this big ass circle, and I'm going to give them
basically a morale check. I'm going to roll. They're not interacting with the illusion.
Mm-hmm.
If they roll 10 or above, they stay put. Otherwise, they're going to start fleeing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them decide to run.
Run away!
Mostly in the group that have already done their watch. Maybe they're a little bit more tired, while the rest of them seem to be a little more stunned. Yeah, they got up and they're moving away from the circle, so they're kind of heading in this direction. One guy might have been in the middle of a plate of beans or something and didn't realize what exactly was going on.
What's that racket? He's looking around.
The others are simply turned around and staring aghast at this weird circle thing, knowing that it is not good, because magic. The Crenshaw.
This thing might have good hearing.
Let's see.
Does not react to the nonsense that is going on outside yet. Professor.
I will cast auditory hallucination. Does the ones that are fleeing look like they're running away from the battlefield or running towards the inside of the bar?
Both. It looks like they are getting up and moving away, and it doesn't. This is like a cliff face, maybe with some small buildings or small like indentations in it for stalls of shops and that sort of thing. It looks like they're just generally running in this direction.
Not this way towards the front door.
Nope. And Rix and Musk are right here.
I will select that one.
Okay, guy with the plate of beans.
Yeah. And auditory hallucination him. I will pass the control of the silent image for the blue circle to the hand. And I will take the form of his guard captain. There's a will save to disbelieve this.
He rolls a 2, so he gets a 1 because he's got a -1 on his save.
Okay, gonna believe this one. I'm going to be his guard captain.
Yep.
And say,
Quickly, get Chogax! We need a hand out here!
He drops the plate of beans. He gets up from his sitting position, and he will join. He just decided he's going to join his men. Chogax! Chogax! And he's just yelling for Chogax.
yes.
Rix and Musk. And he's going straight to the entrance to the bar.
Yeah, that's about right.
Two about there. Okay.
After that, it's Tech.
Tech is going to move up to the back door and wait for it to open.
Okay.
And, be ready in case anything comes out of it.
Sure. You can ready an action to strike. Sephiroth.
Sephiroth is doing exactly the same thing. He's also muttering the command that turns his weapon into flaming. He can move. I can do 30 because I can't sprint a straight line, right?
Yep.
It's only 30.
30, and then the command, which is a swift, I believe, you can move a second time.
Okay. I'll move to there.
Okay.
Out of the way, Shalsa!
This says, Mocker over your shoulder. The Grigs are just giving the guards fits.
Let's see. They've got spell-like ability of entangle. So some of the bags of grain are actually sticking to one guard's hand. They've sprouted into little grain bits, and then you can see all sorts of they set off fireworks. As little Grigs have pyrotechnics.
Oh God, I love pyrotechnics. That is such a shitty smell.
Burst
You
of...
used it really effectively in the last one.
There are a couple of flashing fireworks, momentary bursts, glowing aerial colored lights, and then somebody else uses the different version of pyrotechnics just to conjure a huge billowing cloud of smoke. So there's a bunch of pyrotechnics
going off on the opposite end of the square, basically screwing over the guards.
125-foot radius blindness. 120 foot. And then a 20-foot, yeah, that's nuts. Love it.
And the blindness area would be 125-foot radius?
120-foot radius.
Oh. Just a bunch of horrible lights and people screaming and all sorts of stuff.
Some guard at the top is going, are they celebrating down there? Could have all these
4th of July noises. All right.
Or Canada
Day for those Canadians watching.
Pharisee.
Pharisee casts invisibility on herself.
Okay.
And Pixel is going to go down the hatch.
It's gonna. Yeah, she was. That one was the one that had the fire running. This one was the one that Chelsea had pointed.
Down that one? Yep, the one that doesn't have the fire running.
Pixel has gone down, and give me a stealth check for Pixel.
Absolutely. Let me see here. I got your stealth right here. Plus 29. 38.
Okay. The single half orc that is in the kitchen meeting bread or something, she does see what looked like, to her horrors, she is able to in one round get to the door.
Okay.
While sneaking. Yep. She's at the door. Okay. Tavern. Well, early in the morning, the tavern isn't this busy. But some people are arousing to the sounds of what the fuck. And that's about it. Luudo, give me a perception check. Give me a second. So it's loud noise, DC 5. You are going through 1, 2, 3, 4 walls and around some corners. So, and the 3 walls in a basement, that's probably 1 closed door. It's a DC 22 perception check to notice.
Close. You just hung over.
Yep, you guys are. Some of you are like a little bit tired. The Dr. Verm is actually napping in the corner. You're trying to win this last game. The Spyder isn't there. Spyder's gang. Let's see if any of them here.
I gotta take a leak.
Sinton gets up and he starts peeing into the spider webs. Actually, peeing through the bars and just laughing. He's a vile little halfling. Well, if I'm taking a break, I'm gonna go and see what's cooking. She wanders up to here and is reaching over the bar for something. Malbut. Malbut, dressed in his armor, I guess shuffles forward. He doesn't want to be left in the back. He doesn't want to be in the front.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Nervously, with his mace in hand. Manny. Manny will move up to the door, ready to whack with his with the haft of his oversized halfling sling staff. Mockernam Gobbler just is readying in action as well. Spyder is no longer here. Sloughborough Toughs. A bunch of them are getting up and going to the door, while others are fleeing. These guys are fleeing along the wall, whereas this guy's all out sprinting to the front door. And you notice that he turns his head and sees Rix going, "You're dead! You're dead!" As that guy sprints across the.
He still hears for 3 more rounds his guard captain yelling in his ear, "Get Trogax."
Yep. Trogax! He's yelling. Okay. The Crenshaw whines a little bit. You notice the dog's ears kind of move a little bit. It kind of perks up at something. It actually stands and gives itself a shake.
Please don't do the face thing. Please don't do the face thing.
Professor.
The professor will drop a fog cloud in the center.
Centered on you?
No, centered on the casting circle. So that eerie blue flames flicker through it.
Okay.
And will drop a dancing lights in the form of a human in the center of it.
Can you make your dancing lights look like a thing?
Dancing lights can choose to be the vague shape of a human, as the professor did on like game 2 or 3 when we were in Trashfall.
Or one vaguely glowing, vaguely humanoid shape.
Okay.
So you've got inside there a vaguely humanoid shape.
While there's screaming going on, I'm just going to move the screaming image because it looks pretty cool.
And then you've got a vaguely humanoid.
I'll hover it over the candle. It will glow in there at the center of this. And as this is all going on, the hand continues to focus on the silent image of the burning spell circle, and it will pulse it with the humanoid shape taking form again.
Okay, I'm going to roll a morale check for the 6 guards
that are at the front gate.
They're now at just 50-50.
3 of them have decided, fuck this. Probably the ones closest to the light, and they start moving.
Are they going towards the place, or just?
No, they moved. These 3 guards, it's hard to tell. They might be joining the others, but they kind of moved away and then are keeping an eye on the circle. The guards are yelling at each other like "Stay your post" kind of thing.
What is that? What is that?
These guys were not selected for their bravery.
No, they're just beat up peasants.
Rix and Musk. Rix is going to charge this one guard yelling for Trogax. And while there are several guards opening the front door, is now kicking the piss out of this one guard. Somebody can give me a d20 roll.
I got it. 7.
A 7 with a charge from a Red Cap is a
plus is an AC 19 with a scythe.
Woo.
2d4 plus 10 damage. No,
11 because one of the grigs is bard songing.
Nice.
So that's AC 20.
2d4 plus 11.
2d4 plus 11 with a scythe. Yep.
15.
Then the bandit has
That almost killed him with one blow.
and Musk comes.
Charging in, can't quite reach him. I will say you can.
Musk comes in.
And stabs the guard, and he's now bleeding in the street.
Nice. They brought their weapons for this big fight. Tech is maintaining his readied actions.
Zephyrus.
Zephyrus is also waiting. He's also going to have a readied action because we're still waiting for somebody to open the door, right?
Yep.
Pixel's gone in.
Grigs are creating havoc. Pretty sure that these guards are all stumbling around blind, and some of the people in the breadline, but it's not permanent, I don't think. You can still hear the fiddling.
Yeah.
And then there's all sorts of mist and some people
Running away with bread. Pharisee.
Pharisee is going to move in closer, and Pixel is going to start trying to figure out how to open the door.
Okay. The door has a latch, although to Pixel the latch is a very big thing.
Yeah.
Does she have a disabled device or anything like that?
Not specifically.
Okay.
No.
We'll say that it is a latch. It does lock from the inside, but it's not like
Right.
a key from the outside could open the latch. But she from the inside is simply needs to kind of lift and pull.
Yeah.
She needs to make an int check, DC 5, to open the to know how to open the latch.
Come on, Pixel! Come on, Pixel!
It's not a difficult thing, but for
A familiar, it could be.
Yeah. Defeated by a
1d20 minus 1.
Oh no.
6.
Just
Barely.
And now here's the DC
The strength check?
3 strength check.
Here we go, Pixel, you got this!
To undo the latch.
Strength is minus 4.
Okay.
Nope, not this round.
Okay. She's like,
Do they hear it clicking?
Yeah, you can hear the door kind of going.
Tension building as the
Yep.
the string section creates a crescendo.
That little jiggering of the latch kind of like. Jump on it, make it go.
Guards are yelling and
she's a
pointing
couple
in the square.
inches tall, and she's like jumping on this iron thing that's slightly stuck, and
Tech just grips a little harder on his sword behind the door.
the cook doesn't even notice Pixel doing that. In fact, he wanders with this pot, this pan that he's like stirring, and is looking out the door as the door is open, and a bunch of people in the tap room are going, "What the fuck's going on?" So that was the tavern. Bunch of people getting up, trying to figure out what's going on. You can see them. Actually, Professor sees some commotion at the front of the tavern. Can't quite understand what is going on there yet, but you do vaguely hear them yelling for Trogax. Luudo. Give me another perception check. There's much more noise this time. It's now DC 20.
Thanks for lowering it to where I needed it less. 28.
Okay, Luudo, you thought you heard some screaming and maybe fireworks, and there were bells, and...
I'm a bit hungry. Do you mind if I pop upstairs really quick?
You can come with me, says Dissa. She's grabbing something. Looked like a key or something like that.
Very good.
Okay. Like she was kind of reaching under the bar for a key, and she grabs it.
Nice spot.
Luudo gets up.
I wink at her.
She just gives you this weird look. Spyder's gang. Let's see. Inside, Dissa is going to move past the Crenshaw. It growls. She goes, "Oh, shut up!" And she just starts moving to the door. She's at the door.
You like that smell, don't you? You like that smell, don't you?
Says Sinton to the obvious Fae that are hiding in the back room as he's peeing through the bars. Yod yawns and is probably cheating at the game while you guys are gone. And Dr. Verm is actually sleeping. The hyena Crenshaw clicks into the other room and is just looking around the corner. It growled as you like skittered by.
Oh God. No.
Malbut, and then Manny.
Malbut. Do we smash down the door? Do we smash down the door or send someone else in?
Let's give the fairy one more try.
I can try to go in.
Try it. Go for it, Dex.
Okay. On Tech's turn, he's going to start climbing to the chimney.
Oh, nice.
Mocronum, or like jump climb to the chimney.
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
fucking it's.
Oh, okay. I will wait here on your back.
Let's see if the Spyder shows up this round. Nope. Sloughborough Tufts.
What the fuck? Hey, it's a fucking red cap.
They seem a little nervous to go.
Get Trogax!
Like, oh.
Hello, me, Trogax. Grump is here.
Yeah, come on to play, Grump. Come on out. Oh, I need some real bad guys for this bullshit out here.
The Sloughborough Tufts are all running. These guys off to the side are running into like little alleyways in the buildings trying to get away. These three guys are kind of following. They're just sort of sprinting away. These three guys are now undoing a tarp, and you can see on the back of the uncovered wagon, it is like a siege weapon. You think it's called a scorpion. Mm-hmm. It is like a gigantic crossbow.
Cool.
And you can see that this round, one of them undoes a tarp. The other one is kicking out some blocks underneath the wheels. And it looks like the three of them are going to try to turn the thing around. Like
Because normally it would face the.
it's
the
right
platform.
now it's facing the platform, and you can see them. You can see them. Let's turn this thing around. So let's find a. Did I create a scorpion?
They're also called a ballista. Not a ballista, a
Ballista, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ballista.
World of Warcraft 2, they're called ballistas.
Yay, Warcraft 2, those were good times.
Look, man. Food for thought. On screen, all that glitters is gold.
That's it.
So-
That's